What is up, my lovely Scorpios? I am Meg, your elemental empress, here to do your reading from March 6th until March 9th. And there's some stuff going on in the sky, and I would like to talk about it with you because it's kind of relevant. It's actually really relevant, especially to my Scorpio risings. And I am a Scorpio rising, so I get down with this big time. First of all, well, this one's relevant to everybody and it should be appreciated by everybody. But on Sunday, right? So a little bit of a rewind. Chiron, Mercury, and Venus made a lovely aspect, and what it was an aspect that made us able to give and receive apologies. And I love a good apology when it's needed, right? We are Scorpios. We do end things abruptly and sometimes in a messy way. But it's all good if we can apologize or somebody else can apologize to us, right? So, the next thing is that on the date that this will be coming out, that you're probably going to be watching it around the time you're going to be watching it, we have Mercury entering into Aries. So Mercury goes into Aries, and it's in a much happier place. It's found a happy place other than Pisces, because Pisces is its fall. And where it's in fall in Pisces, it's more about inward stuff, and it's, Mercury is not really, happy there, right? It's not doing all of its Mercury stuff, all of its Mercury manifestation, all of that jazz, and it's not chit-chatty and whatnot. But as it goes into Aries, it definitely, think of a child, because it's the first house, right? It's the first house, and so a lot of things can just slip off the tongue, right? So there might be a little bit of speaking missteps while Mercury is in Aries, right? And it's also a fire sign, we are probably, being Scorpios, the most like a fire sign than a fire sign, right? Because we're ruled by Mars and Pluto, so yeah, we're pretty intense. And so, Mercury there, can cause squabbles here and there, right? It can cause misspeaking. And also, with Venus going from Pisces into Aries. Now, Venus is going from its happy place to its fall, right? So, Venus there can cause pretty intense, passionate times, but they're over just as fast as they start, you know what I mean? And it can cause, disruptions with the people that are closest to you, people that you love, your significant other, the people in your office, stuff like that. People are just around you all the time, so it can cause arguments, basically, and I look at it as forewarned, as forearmed, and if you see somebody, acting outrageously because of this type of planetary energy, just know that you're above that planetary energy, you know what I mean? And just go like that, right? So, and then the biggie that I have to tell you about, is that Jupiter, the great benefactor, will be going retrograde on the 9th. Well, roughly the 9th, the 8th in some places around the world. But here on the East Coast of America, we'll be going retrograde on the 9th. And I have gotten some crazy questions are we not going to get anything beneficial? Is stuff going to start going, so it's all going against us? No, that's not true. When a planet goes retrograde, it's just you have to work 3 times harder, but you get 3 times that in what you put in, right? And here's the good news, my Scorpios. Okay, because it is in your first sign, especially if you are Scorpio rising, it still matters if you're Scorpio sun or moon, but if you're Scorpio rising, it is going to affect you for the next 12 years. So whatever it is that you have been working on in the past 4 months, right? And I know these 4 months have been intense for me since it got into Scorpio. But whatever it is that you've been working on, that you've been thinking on, you wanted to start working on it, you wanted to, start anything up, it's in your first house. Crying out loud. So anything. This is your whole self. This is about your health, your wealth, your well-being, your status in life, your everything. Everything, right? This is the culmination of you. So whatever it is that you've been working on in your mind, not something that's new, not something that's just off the cuff, hey, we're just going to start this, because that's not how it's going to pay off. But whatever you were working on prior to the retrograde in your mind, right? And you begin to work on this. You begin to put this out. You get back pretty much, ninefold as to what you put in threefold, right? So it's worth the investment. And it will be coming to a larger fruition in July when the planet goes direct again. But you'll be seeing these things, and it will be surprises. Like, these will be surprises of things that you had on the back burner, and you had on the back burner cooking, and you had it, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I really want to do this. Well, that's what's going to pop up, right? So, for my Scorpios, for your reading, I'm going to pick one central card for your overall out of the Tarot of the Tattoo Age. And I talked about them last week. It's a really great deck. Read with them last week, and you can look them up on their Facebook or their website. Just Google them. They're awesome. Okay, that's it. All right. So, all right. So we have the Hanged Man, and this is really like indicative of what what's been going on here. We get this. And it's really intense, too, when you think about the picture. Because here we have a jaguar, right? And he's tied up by his foot. And he's just, like, mauling to get out, right? But he's still in that yogic position. And he's, like, he's finding enlightenment. And his head is, like, moving away from the light. So he's going to free himself anyway. But he's finding that enlightenment there. And that's what it is. This is a real big spiritual journey for us Scorpios that have Jupiter in our first house, because we are just a deep sign anyway, and we have to do with the occult, and we have to do with the chakras, we have to do with all of your orifices. Like, this is like a huge purge for us, and like we should all be taking advantage of it. Sun, Moon, or Rising Scorpios, definitely. Anyone who's affected by it. I have, in Scorpio, I have my Saturn is in Scorpio, which is like, that's intense, right? So I got Saturn, I got Pluto. So yeah, my Saturn return, not friendly. Not friendly at all. No. But, yeah, so, but it's a great time to really embrace that side of yourself, and it's really, like, a great time to start listening to, if you haven't heard of it already. Like, I know millions of people are already doing it. I do it every day. It's binaural beats, and it plays one tone in your ear and another tone in your other ear, and it actually, like, evens things out. And there's all kinds of stuff on the internet about it if you want to read about it, but it really helps with your chakras. It helps to cleanse your chakras. It helps to cure, like, things like bipolar, things like that, ADD and whatnot. So, I mean, I listen to it every single day, and especially, like, just because we're going through such a metamorphosis at this point, it's just wanted to hop out, so I'm going to honor that, and I'm going to stick it right here. And it's the 6 of Swords. So, which is actually kind of crazy. I had, like, a really crazy dream that I was, like, inside of the 6 of Swords card, so it's kind of cool that it came out, so that's kind of why I'm honoring it. Okay. One more time. But it's like, this is where we shine. Like, this is our time to shine. This is in the next 12 years of your life, you know? So, oh, look at that. And look at what we started with. Beautiful. The 2 of Cups. Yeah, check it out. And here, like, it's not just the emotional, you know, we're together bond. It's more like denoting, and because it speaks of, the Two of Cups always speaks of a business relationship as well, you know. Um, so that's good. All right, and then you get the Fool at the bottom, sign of Aries. Great, in the upright. So you have new beginning, right? Get this relationship here. You got the Six of Swords that popped out. You get the Hanged Man. Let's see. So you have the Three of Wands. Everything looks like it's moving. All right, you're seeing ships come in, and then what's cool is there's the ship over there, right? So, okay. All right, and then we have the Five of Cups, but it's in the reverse. All right, so we were having a lot of, you know, there was a lot of emotional turmoil that we've dealt with, right? So, and we could only see for a little while because that energy is still there, you know. For a little while, at some point, all we could see was the spilled wine on the floor. We couldn't see that we had two cups behind us. But now it's flipped, right? So we're coming out of that. And we also have this beautiful Two of Cups, whatever it is, relationship, business partnership, or love relationship here for us, you know? And it's something, and I love the depiction on this card. Oh my god, can I tell you how much I love this card? I usually hate the Seven of Pentacles card. I'm going to say it. I hate the Seven of Pentacles card. I hate it. So, but here it's like the Buddhist that grows the little tree from his hand, like, because he's meditating on it, right? So, this is like we're looking back and we're seeing what's grown. Like, our ships are coming in. We've got this new beginning here, and it could have to do with the sign of Aries. What do we got on the bottom here? Sometime in the background, we didn't want to defend ourselves. We didn't want to stand up for what we believed in. We were living, this is back when we were living in this moment. When this moment was at the forefront of our mind, we couldn't see the other two cups, but now we do. Right? So this is how we got here, because we didn't defend ourselves, right? We didn't stand up for what we believed in. That wasn't what we were doing. So I'm gonna go to the Radiant Rider-Waite Mini, and we're gonna clarify. All right, so this journey, right, and like, and especially from what I had in my dream too, like, this card is so fitting, right? It's see the swords? They left them behind. Like, they're completely going on to calmer waters, right? And that's what popped out. And it's like you go and you found enlightenment here, right? This is just like being stuck. You found enlightenment. Just flip back up there, okay. You found enlightenment, right? You move forward into calmer waters. Like, there could have been a physical move, right? You found this partnership, and it began to change things, you know? Love, you know, business, what have you. But you found this partnership. You were able to locate the two cups in the background that made you come back around. Like, this is really beautiful. And you're slowly starting to see, like, your progress, you know? But there's fruit. Like, it's bearing fruit, you know? It's not barren fruit. It's bearing fruit, you know? So, yeah, this is wicked good. Alright. Too many. Alright. Okay. So here's where it gets interesting. So, this business partnership, this love relationship, could have to do with a Capricorn. Right? I don't read these in the reverse, so we can't say that, you know, this business partnership, love relationship could have to do with an unhealthy thing. But the rest of it doesn't look unhealthy, so I'm really wondering if it has to do with the Capricorn. So we're pulling another one on that, right? We're doing that. Okay. Okay, so you get the Capricorn and the High Priestess. The High Priestess So there could be secrets that have to do with this, right? There's something like under the surface here. The High Priest is also the Virgo Pisces axis. So this popped out again, right? So this is looking like, okay, you could have, and the devil is something that you're bound to, right? So bound to. So and the High Priestess speaks of our intuition in the Virgo Pisces axis. It speaks of, you know, like a mental bond. So okay, so you could be bound to someone and it feels like you're weighted down by it because they are far away from you, or they could be a Capricorn, right? They could absolutely be a Capricorn. What came out again was the Two of Cups, right? So there could be a Virgo, Pisces, Capricorn involved in this situation. I don't like the fact that we have the devil there. Let's go to the Fool. Okay, so we have the Fool here. We get the King of Swords, right? So you got a new beginning, and it could have been with a Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This person could absolutely have Capricorn in their chart. Let's see here. All right, so the Three of Wands, seeing your ships come in, you get this creative idea, this creative venture, right? Like the divine spark, the spark that starts that fire that burns down the whole town, but not in a bad way, in a good way, right? So it's creative. It's, you know, the wands of what you do. It could also be, you know, also be the D, but you know, it's what you do. And I like this too. And this came out in another reading, but in a different way. It came out in the Libra reading. The Three of Wands and the Ace of Wands together as the Four of Wands, and Libra's outcome was the Four of Wands. So I'm wondering about this. And there was some serious issues going on. Okay, so okay. Like I said, these don't get read in the reverse. So you're coming out of being upset. And I think I've said this for Scorpio before. And with the devil here and now we have the Eight of Swords, right? It would not surprise me if someone is imprisoned. And we also have the Hanged Man. The devil, the Eight of Swords, and the Hanged Man are usually indicative of, you know, someone being in prison. You know, like it happens. People go to prison, you know what I mean? And let's see, what's this Seven about? Seven of Pentacles. But whatever it is, you're not upset about it anymore. Like, you're not upset. You're not, it's not something that, okay, so you're waiting on a decision, right? So, take another card on that. You're waiting on a decision for an end. And what's that end gonna bring you? Alright, so you have the Hierophant. So the end could be bringing you marriage. Alright, so somebody here could, alright, a couple different scenarios. Someone is still married, but they're in a relationship with you. Or you're still married and in a relationship with them. And that's why we have the devil here, right? And somebody's still bound, but they're coming out of this sadness, this, like, isolation, this I can't be with you, right? And it's slowly growing, and you're waiting on a decision to end something so that you can get remarried. You know? Because you have the Two of Cups twice here. And it could be with an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Let's just check the Six of Swords real quick for you, because I want to see what calmer waters are you moving into. Okay, so the King of Cups shows up here, right? So if you're a male Scorpio, You know, if you're a male Scorpio, then you probably have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini in your sun, moon, rising. And if you're the female Scorpio, anybody could have Capricorn in their sun, moon, rising. Or what you're moving forward to, what the Six of Swords is about is a King of Cups. It could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, right? Or it could be a male who's actually ready for a relationship, which is always a good thing, right? So there you go. And on the bottom, see, this is how this shenanigan all started. There's a Five of Swords guy. Yeah, we have that guy. He's not very fun. He's definitely not very nice. Yeah. So somebody feels trapped, right? Somebody feels trapped. They're trying to get out of a scenario. They're trying to move forward. Like, they feel like if they just move forward, they're going to have this. They're either going to be the king of their castle, or they're going to move on to their king, right? Now, could the king be a female? Sure, but if he is a female, then he's a super masculine female. So that's what we got, right? Okay, so my Scorpios, that was for you, and I hope you liked it. So please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I will for sure be back very soon, probably Friday. Take it easy.